Right, so welcome back to yet another video from Build the UCAT. Well, here we are again. Well, a quick video based on people asking questions, dropping emails. Are there any shortcuts you would recommend for the tax questions? Of course, yes. There are some questions, so we'll straight away get into this. And, well, hopefully everyone's, people in Australia, they've almost done with their UCAT. Right, so now we're on to the leg of the UK. Right, so hopefully we are inching towards the deadlines, exam season heating up. There we go. Right, okay. I'm here on the tax question. I'll give you a couple of ways of doing it. First is a formula which you can remember every single time. Right, so the first is a formula which you could use every single time to crack a question on any and every tax-based question. That will give you answer in high certainty. Might take you a few extra seconds, right? Second one is another way, a shortcut of cracking the tax questions. Works, but not all the time. It just gives you an idea of what could be an option. Well, let's start with the first one now. So there we go. I'm on the UCAT website cracking a few questions. For example, this is a tax question here. Righty, okay. So what's the plan? So this person's got a 6,000, he's got it. Bill has an annual taxable income of 28,950. He belongs to this bracket. So all you do is that value which you've got minus the lower limit. Minus the lower limit is what you would do, right? Times by the percentage. Do I have that percentage which is there in the bracket plus the value of the previous one, which is in this case plus the value of the previous bracket, value of the previous bracket. That's the formula, right? But I'm not too fond of this. It is too time consuming. So one more time, the general formula is, I've just simplified what is this, something like this one here. So value, what is the value? 28950. So I've got 28950. 28950 belongs in the second bracket. What's the lower limit of that? LL means lower limit. Minus 8950. Oh, minus 8950, you could do it in your head. 28,950, take away this one to have 20,000. So I've got this as 20k. 20k, 15%. Do I have 3,000? Right, which is do 15% of this. So do I have 0.15? You should do it in the head. 15 times 2, 3. Oh, do I have 3,000? 3,000 plus the value of the previous one. Do I have 895? Do I have plus 895? Answer is 3,895. Right, but that's not the shortcut. Righty, okay. That ends up giving us a value of, answer would be 3,895. Ready? So one more time. The value, which is the amount he or she is earning income-wise. So the value is 28950 minus the lower limit of the same bracket. Minus the lower limit of the same bracket, value minus the lower limit times by the percentage, which is 15%, right? Plus the value of the previous bracket, 895. So here we go. The value was 28,950 minus 8,950. Did in my head 28,950 minus 8,950, 20,000. 20,000, 15%, 3,000, 3,895. Ready? Now comes the shortcut now. How do we crack the shortcut of this tax-based question? Now, what's the calculation here now? The calculation I'm on about is something like this. What was his income? 28,950. What are the two percentages given to me? 10%, 15%. Half that. Find the mean. 10 plus 15, do I have divide by 2? And do I have percentage? Do I have 0.125? Boom. So 0.125 times by 28950. Ooh, 3618. The only option which is closer to this one is 3618. So one more time. All I did was, let's suppose, in here I have 10% and 15%. Ready? 10% is how much? 0.1. 15% is how much? 0.015. Divide that by 2. I'm finding out the mean. 0.125. 0.125 times by what's the income? 28950. Boom. It gives you an answer which you choose an option which is closest to the answer. Do have 3895. Now the disclaimer. This will not give you the exact answer. I can only afford to use this option when the options are wide apart. Do we see the options are, except these two, do we see the options are wide apart? And when do I use it? Options are wide apart, number one. Number two, I'm running out of time. I'm actually doing this tax question in the second wave, as I told you in the previous videos. You need to attack these questions in not the first wave, perhaps the second wave. First wave is the first attempt. You keep on clicking next for the questions, which you can do it in the first 15 seconds of reading it. You know what to do it. You don't know the logic. No, but having said that, since I've given the shortcut, you don't need to look around for the formula. It depends which one you are comfortable with. Ready? Second, the first one never gives you the exact answer, gives you a ballpark, in which my answer on the calculator was 3618. I've got an answer 36, has to be 3000 something, right? Second one, this method, if the values begin to increase in the next bracket, it begins to differ significantly. Let's take the next one, 60,000. I'm taking 60,000. 60,000 belongs to this bracket. Ready? Okay, if I were to do with this calculation, so using the formula, value minus lower limit. So I have 60,000 minus... do I have 36,250, righty? Times by 0.25 plus 4,990. Boom. So do I have my answer if I use for 60,000? My official answer is 10,927.50. 927.50. Right? Okay. Now let me see if I can use the shortcut to crack this tax question. What are the percentages? Do I have 25 plus 15 plus 10 is what we got. Do I have divided by 3? Because there are 3 of them. 16 divided by 100. Boom, this one. What was the value? 60,000 times by, boom, 10,000. Ooh, again, you see here now, I'm getting an answer very close to this. So there you go. So disclaimer of how to crack these questions in the fastest possible amount of time. Again, will not give you the right answer, but give you a ballpark figure. My actual calculator gave me 10,000. The actual answer was 10,927.50. Still close enough. So there you go. So that was for this one. Let's try and see if we can do another question from this. Right. Okay. Moving on to, let's see if we can crack another one. Bin it. Right. Here we go. Right. Okay. Okay, got everything here. 25,000 per month. 20 times by 25. Divide the other number by 4 with 30,000. 2,500 times by 12. 30,000. 30,000 belongs to which bracket? Second. Oh, and then I will times it by. You know it. 15 plus 10. 15% plus 10%. 12.5%. All I'm doing is times by 0.125. Boom. 3750. He says how much will it monthly? Divide by 12. 312. Boom. That's my answer. C. There we go. Hey, so that was this. Right, guys, that was a quick video. Hopefully we'll come up with more sooner rather than later. Keep cracking, keep belling the UCAT. Thank you very much for all the emails, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the courses, those of us who registered for the courses. Ciao, ciao, bye for now.